What up, everyone? Brothers Grin here.
Yo.
Today's episode is going to be a little different. I want to talk about something that I've noticed a lot in the news and seen a lot of stuff on the internet with videos on YouTube, different social media aspects. We're going to talk about flock cameras. It's just so interesting to me. I have my phone here with some, for people that don't know like what flock cameras are and what they do. I'm just going to go over this real quick. How they work. Captures motion activated smartphone or smart camera, takes photos of every passing vehicle. Artificial intelligence categorizes vehicle features and license plate data. It stores the data logged into a searchable cloud database, typically retained for 30 days unless tied to an active investigation. Police can receive real-time alerts if scan plates match a hot list of stolen vehicles, so on and so on. That's the base. That's the base thing here. So things that I've seen online, and I don't
what
know
are people
how.
scared of? Yeah.
So you have to think here. You have an automated camera that is logging your information. Do you feel like that's a direct violation of your privacy as a United States resident? Do you feel like they're justified to take your data and log it and just start recording you in a sense? And granted, I know if you're on the street, you have no expectation of privacy. You can be out there, record any business, whatever. We see this all the time on YouTube and videos. We have
Those
the
guys
First
go and
Amendment
start
guys.
recording at the courthouse and stuff, and people come out
And
freaking
people
out,
coming
cops
out,
freaking out. Yeah.
everyone's freaking out. But flock cameras, there's videos now where there was a dispensary, right? A marijuana dispensary. There was a dispensary, and the flock camera was aimed right at their parking lot.
So it can see the people coming and going.
So it could see. And now they're saying flock cameras have facial recognition, and it can see who's driving the vehicle, record that. And then also, too, I've heard and saw a video, but I need to do more vetting on if this is actually true or not. Some flock cameras, or if not all of them, based on the technology, can link to your Bluetooth in your car, listen, track, and relay that connection as you drive through and down the court.
I thought you have to give permission for a Bluetooth connection.
That's your phone.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember it's technology. There can be script overwrite for connecting things.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, listen how much your phone listens to you and shows you an advertisement later on,
Right. Well, most people, like my phone, I don't have like one of those black phones where it's like, everything needs permission on my phone, but like I have my Bluetooth auto scanning off. I have my Wi-Fi auto scanning off because things can just connect. And you have to think like, people use wireless, like free Wi-Fi at numerous places.
Oh, yeah.
So what's connected to that's connected to you that you've allowed that you just don't think about? The dentist, the grocery store.
No, there's tons of stuff. They're talking about those like vacuum cleaners and stuff you get from China that are linked to your, I have a Roborock and it cleans my house, and it's linked to the wireless. But then they found like the vacuum cleaner with like underwriting in the fucking vacuum cleaner program that was sending China information, like listening to or seeing what sites you went to and stuff like that. I seen a guy talking about like coming in a car and they could set up to where when you sign into your Wi-Fi at your house and you're going to go sign on to your bank or something like that, it's intercepting your information and they could be sitting in front of your house. Like, and it's
think
cheap
about
too.
it, like, how much do you read the fine print on anything that you allow access to your phone?
Yeah.
Almost no one, right?
Yeah, you're just like clickety click click.
How much, like, I think about 99% of all apps, everything like that are on the basic level of the app store on your phone or whatever, want full access to your camera, your microphone, your call history, your call contacts, things like that.
Yeah, I always click no on all that stuff.
So what is in that back code of those programming that they put in there to circumvent these contingencies for you on the consumer's end to stop that? What are you not reading? Because there's like
like back to the flock camera though. So you're saying everybody's mostly thinking that it's like violating their rights of privacy and stuff like that, right? Correct. I'm just going to play devil's advocate here and like play the other side of the story. If you're not doing anything wrong, then what's the problem?
Well, that's the thing. Like,
you know what I mean? If you're not breaking the law, then what's the problem?
Well, do you want something tracking you? That's the thing. I'm not
Well,
justifying it or
why
saying
would,
yay
yeah,
or
no,
nay about
no,
it. I'm
no,
just
no.
saying it's
I'm just
interesting.
playing the other side of it. Like,
Yeah, no, for sure. I
but
get that.
if I could see it being super beneficial, like in a kidnapping, I could see it
No,
being
for sure.
beneficial in high speed chases. I could see it being beneficial when people are breaking the law. I don't. I mean, your car information is stored when you register your car. I get that. You know, I mean, detail, make, model, who owns it, where it's, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
all
for
that
sure.
stuff. But you think banks repoing cars, like the cars right here at this time, people would be trying to hide those cars and stuff. You know what I mean? We've seen videos and
Hmm.
stuff. People getting cars
Oh
repoed
yeah.
left and
No,
right.
I obviously as like I think about it and I see the pros and the cons of it. Like the cons are a little interesting. I don't think it should be if it's a traffic cam, if you're using it for traffic, it shouldn't be aimed at a parking lot. It shouldn't be aimed at a business,
No,
things like that.
yeah.
Even though
Cause like
even
say you want to go buy like some adult stuff for you and your lady, you know, you don't want somebody videotaping you walking into an adult store and walking out, like, or if that information got out there, or that's your
well,
privacy. I could see
well you
that
all
being a violation, you know?
side tangent to that is its oversight is the government. And what's going on, just real quick, like what's going on with the ATF and registration of suppressors, right? They did away
Oh yeah. Yeah.
with the tax, right? And so now the government's like, well, if there's no tax, then why are you keeping a record? It was never about the tax. It was about keeping the record. This is the government. They want to have these records. They want these things. So it's like, how much do you trust the government to do right by you? Like
Well, not just that,
to
like the
be
guys out
honest
here.
about it. And that's the contrast I have. Like, okay, like I get it. Like
Yeah.
I could see how it can be beneficial, but abuse is abundant. We know
Oh, and
that.
it's happened.
Most
Yeah.
people know that. You know,
National
like
security, we have to read everybody's emails.
you see a
You know?
lot of it with the 2A stuff because, you know, ATF was changing laws at a whim without even passing them through Congress. Like there's the video of the dude that like he was a shop owner for a gun shop and he bought some force reset triggers and the next day ATF is there. He was like, how do you know all this and that? And like, where's this information that you have coming from? How do you have access to this
And
information? And so that's that thing. Like it's not necessarily for me. Like I'm like, oh, the cameras are like XYZ bad. It's the people in charge of that information that makes me uneasy because I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but over in China for a long time, they pretty much have flock cameras all throughout their cities,
oh
but
yeah,
it's
I've been
for
there.
their social score. They track
Yeah.
your vehicle, they track you,
Yeah.
they track what you do. You
Dude,
jaywalk, you spit on the
when
ground,
I was in
you
Singapore,
litter.
they had cameras literally everywhere, all over the buildings, all over. If you got
Right.
caught smoking out of a designated smoking area, if
Mhm,
you're using a
mhm.
vaporizer, you're not allowed to chew gum. There's no gum in Singapore. You weren't allowed to chew when I was
Yeah.
there. You weren't allowed to chew gum. I had a vaporizer with me back when I vaped, and I got there and I was using my vaporizer, and I was at the refinery in the smoke shack, and the guy comes, he's like, "Hey, you can't have that here." I was like, "What do you mean you can't have it?" He's like, "It's not allowed in the country." I was like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
I guess it was in the fine print when I got here and I didn't read it, but whatever. I just put it up and used it when I was by myself out of nowhere. But cameras everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Yeah, right. And so that's the thing. Like, it's interesting to me because of this. Because we like, I mean, where does I don't want to give a necessary like finite percentile of it, but where does a majority of our chipsets and our the inner workings of the cell phone, computers that we're using, microphones, things like that, cameras, where does all that come from? Most of it comes from China. Even stuff made in America still gets a majority of those electronic
Yeah.
devices and pieces of the puzzle from a foreign entity. And what do they write in that back code? And the same thing with flock cameras. Like what is being transmitted here that is actually, it says, oh, we hold it for 30 days. And as I said again, I don't know everything and I don't know
why
what
do
is
they need,
100%
why do they need to
finite
hold
with
it?
it.
It's as long as, you know, I mean, I think we do still have a lot of freedom on the roads compared to like in Australia, they have speed cameras. They have like, luckily we don't have those all over the places. I mean, it might make things safer though, you know, who knows? But
so I saw a video real quick. I saw a video yesterday or a day before. This dude's like, oh, here's a radar machine, right? Here's the number, how fast you're going, this and that. on the backside, hidden in a little recessed area, was a flock camera. And he was like, why is this here? What is the point of having this camera here? And what is it actually doing? What is going on here with this? And that's why I wanted to talk about it. Is we don't have as many people comment on our videos as we would like. Obviously, we would like more engagement.
Oh, yeah,
I think engagement is obviously fun. And to spark discussion. But I would like people to comment about what their thoughts are on flock cameras, what they feel are pros and cons about it. Excuse me. If any pros, but cons at least, and how you feel if that's an invasion of your privacy and it's something that doesn't sit well with you as an American person. Like, I like my rights, but I also know that we have to adapt. There's people out there doing felonious stuff, like,
Bad
don't
stuff,
punish
yeah.
the good to try to take care of the bad. Like, same thing people say, like, criminals
mass
will always
punish-
find guns. So
mass
why are you
punishing,
punishing? Why are you punishing the law-abiding citizens? Why are you trying to take away our
Well, where I
rights
live
for
here in
these things?
Kentucky, I mean, it's a very conservative state, obviously, gun rights and all that stuff. And all the guys, they were talking about how it was so much paperwork, it's almost impossible for them to go through when the suppressor thing came up. And I got a suppressor when I was here and got my tax stamp and all that stuff. And it was like
but you're
$250
ex-military,
and-
so it's a little different for you than it is a regular citizen.
But so, and then also there's a lot of guys that are real about the rights when they don't have Alexa in their house. They won't have like all sorts of different stuff. Their phones, they won't have an iPhone or a Samsung phone.
My girl had an Alexa. She don't have that no more. We took that out of the house. I'm like, we know that thing listens at all times.
Oh, it does.
Records at all times.
It does.
And people can hack it. The code to secure it is not something that I feel confident on their end that they'll be on top of, because of just how.
See,
I mean,
I'm pretty
it's
lucky
everywhere.
where I'm at because I'm out in the country. You know what I mean? So it's just neighbors and stuff, and it's not. I can see this being a huge problem in the city with people hacking people's Wi-Fi and doing stuff.
You
and
don't
doing
need
all
to
that.
be in the city
That's
for people.
crazy.
They
No, I
need
just
a
mean, like,
connection.
But I mean, the odds of me out here versus the city where there's 1 million people, there's apartment buildings
for
with
sure. Like, what's the point of
10,000
hacking
people.
a rural Alexa in a random
somebody's
farmhouse?
somebody's gonna drive by and hack my Alexa is very low, so I think I don't worry as much. But especially with the kids, like the kids have iPads and Alexa. We have like 10 Alexas in the house, not 10, but I have Fire Stick at least on 5, 6 TVs, and then I have an Alexa in my bedroom, Alexa in the kitchen, Alexa in Elijah's room, and Alexa in Hayden's room, like her spot with the camera. So she can like video call mom and stuff like that. And that stuff's cool. And when they were younger, they had Fire HD tablets, that they could mess around on. And Elijah has his iPad, obviously, now. But I do think about that stuff. And Alexa sometimes she'll be listening. She'll just be like, "You wanted this. This popped up on your, there's a low price offer for blah." It's just, it's crazy.
A gentleman a while back came into my work with a Flipper Zero. For those who don't know what a Flipper Zero is, it's pretty much a data scanner. It can pick up the wireless scan from your credit card.
What's the guy's name that's ex-military on YouTube? Is it Sean Ryan? I can't remember his name. He had that guy come in. Yeah, that's a good episode for all y'all who haven't watched it. That guy that he had come in showed him how to do all this stuff. He could hack his phone sitting across.
I don't know the dude's name.
Tons of stuff. I can't remember his name either.
But look up Sean Ryan and look up like data hacking. And he's a spindly white guy, super intelligent dude. But he talks about the capabilities of a Flipper Zero. But I told my management about it, and I was like, "This dude is in here with this." And they're like, "Well, what does it do?" I was like, "It can hack the in-house Wi-Fi. It can pick up the card readers."
Did he work there, or was it a customer?
No, he was just a customer.
How do you know he had it? He just had it out walking around?
It was like hanging off of him, and I pay attention to this stuff, so I know. So he ended up leaving, but the next time he came in, I saw him and I told him, I was like, "Hey, bro, you can't have that in here. We know what it's capable of, and it's not that I think you're doing anything like that." But what it is used for, it can pick up the radio signal from your garage door opener and intercept and you can copy it. And then that guy can just use it to open your garage. And that's that thing. Like, it's not something that is
Like,
just
why
a
does he?
nonchalant thing to have. You know,
He
it's not
has.
like a Game Boy or a
Well, we
PSP
run
or
into those
something.
guys here. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, buddy, leave some Second Amendment for us too.
He was surprised that I knew what it was. He was
What'd he
surprised
say?
that I knew in detail what I brought. So I had to bring up the website for my management and be like, this is what it is. And this is what it can do. And I was like, it can pick up the radio frequency from our walkie-talkies, and just he can use it. He can clone it and use it, and he can be in our system. And I was like, it's not something you really want to be around you if you can control it. Like if you're, as I said, if you're out in public, you can't control that. Yeah, people have their rights, and those are there for a reason. But they backed me 100%. And when he came in the second time, I touched base with them again, just so in case somebody called or complained. They were like, no, we appreciate.
Did he say why he had it, or?
No, he didn't say a damn thing. He just was like, oh, okay. And then split. And then I never saw him again after that.
Yeah.
And I dealt with the majority of the people that came in, and I deal with the majority, or not anymore, but I used to deal with the majority of the people that came in. And I was just like, you know, that it's like nobody needs to have that, especially like in that capacity at a business, and especially where there's transactions being made and
let's walk
transactions
into a bank with one of those
quantity.
On, you know,
what's that?
To walk into a bank with one of those on, like, what do you need that for?
No, right? I would not be about that. But,
yeah, well, hopefully we can get some engagement on this, and people can leave some comments. We'd really love to hear what you guys think about this, you know, and the government.
Yeah,
doing something like that.
Let us know how you feel about flock cameras. If you don't know much about it, definitely look it up, educate yourself. Come back to the video, leave a comment. There is definitely an overwhelming a presence out there that is opposed to this thing that monitors you on a regular basis. Well, how far off is it from just government oversight on everything, just tracking you nonstop? Like
AI just doing all sorts of stuff.
Especially with AI, things like that. Do you want to be tracked everywhere you go at all times? Like, not saying that you're doing bad stuff, but just Big Brother. You know, we heard about it growing up, stuff like that. We've all read those sci-fi stories, but now with technology, this stuff is becoming more real and real. And I know this is not a weird topic, but like kind of off topic for us. We try to talk about funny stuff, but I just felt it was so big right now and has so much attention on it. I did want to touch on it just to kind of get the feel of what people think about it on our end. But until next time,
catch y'all later.
Brothers Grin.